Hi everyone, so today's lesson is a low stakes quiz. If you haven't already had a go with the attachment, make sure that you have a go with the quiz first and then come back to this video and you can mark your work. Okay, question number 1. We want to find the total the surface area of a cylinder. Give your answer in terms of pi. Okay, so we've got two circles. So the area of the circle is going to be pi r squared. So that's going to be pi times 5 squared, 25 pi. Right, okay, so the side then, the curved side, what we need to do, that is going to be the height times by the length of that, which is going to be the circumference of the circle, remember, okay? So the area of the curved side is going to be the circumference of the circle, so pi times d, times by the height, which is 3. Okay, so we've got pi times diameter, so the radius is 5, so the diameter is 10, times by 3, 30 pi. Okay, so the total surface area, we want to add them all together, TSA. So we've got the area of the circle, 25 pi. We've got two of them, identical, plus another 25 pi, or you can double it, times it by 2, plus the curved surface area, which is 30 pi. So we've got 25 add 25 is 50, add 30 is 80 pi in total. And my units, we're not given units, let's say cm squared. Okay, so number 2, we want to factorize. We've got a quadratic. So what we need to do is work out our factor pairs of minus 10. So factor pairs of 10 could be 1, 10, 2, or 5. So factor pairs of minus 10, we could have minus 1 times 10, or we could have 1 times minus 10. We could have minus 2 times 5, or we could have 2 times minus 5. Okay, so only one of those factor pairs is going to add together to give me a minus 9. So it's going to be 1 minus 10. So the factors are x plus 1, x minus 10. And it doesn't matter which way you put those brackets around, so long as you've got the correct sign on the correct number, okay? Okay, so for number 3, we've got simultaneous equations. So let's label that one 1, that one 2. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to eliminate my y's, but we don't have the same coefficient yet, we don't have the same numbers, so I'm going to take equation number 1 times by 2 to get 8x, remember we times everything across 8x, add 2y is equal to 7 times 2 is 14. Okay, then equation number 2 stays as it is, so we've got 3x add 2y is equal to 9. Let's label that 3 and 4. So I'm going to subtract 4 the bottom from the top because I don't want to get negatives if I can help it. Okay, so top one, take away the bottom one. So we've got 8x take away 3x is 5x. The two y's are going to disappear, that's why we're doing it. 14 take away 9 is 5, so x equals 1. Okay, so that's x found. We need to figure out what y is, so I'm just going to work over this side. Okay, so to find y, I'm going to sub into one of my equations, and it doesn't matter which one. So let's sub in number 1. So we've got 4x plus y equals 7, so we've got 4 times x, which is 1 in this case, x is 1, remember, plus y is equal to 7. So we've got 4 add y is equal to 7. Now I want to subtract 4 from both sides. Subtract 4 to get y is equal to 3. So the x is minus 1, x is 1, sorry, and y is 3. Okay, so for number 4, we're asked, is this a right angle triangle? Show your workings, okay? So if this is a right angle triangle, it needs to satisfy Pythagoras' theorem, the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so the Pythagorean theorem states that c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. We're checking it, so we're not sure if it is right or not. Okay, so c is always your hypotenuse, a and b, they don't matter in this case. Okay, so we've got 11 squared, and we're checking if it's equal to a squared plus b squared. 121 equal to 49 plus 81, question mark. 121, 49, add 81, so we get 130. So of course 121 is not equal to 130, so it is not right angled triangle, not a right angle triangle. Okay, good. Question number 5. What have we got? We've got find the area of a sector with diameter 32 and angle 60. So remember what a sector looks like. So a sector is like a pizza slice. So we're told that the diameter is 32. So that means that the radius is going to be half that, 16. We've got an angle of 60. So our theta, our angle is 60 degrees, and our radius is 16. So remember, the area of a sector is a fraction of the whole, so the whole circle is pi r squared. We just want a fraction of it, so it's theta divided by 360 times pi r squared. So theta in this case, 60 over 360 times pi times radius squared. So that's going to be 1 over 6 times pi times 16 squared. So let's put that into our calculator. So you would get 128 over 3 pi. Let's go to one decimal place to get 134.0 centimeters squared to 1 dp. Okay, right, question number 6, work out the value of x. So I hope you assume that's a right angle. So we're finding the angle, so it's right angle trigonometry. So the first thing we're going to do is label our sides. So remember, opposite the right angle is always your hypotenuse, and then opposite the angle that we're interested in, opposite that x is your opposite side, and then the other is your other side is your adjacent side. Okay, right, so the two sides that we're interested in, we've got 4 there, we've got 11s there, so that's the two sides we're interested in. So it's the h and the a, so we're talking about CAH. Okay, so cos of the angle is the adjacent divided by the hypotenuse. Right, so cos of the angle, cos of x, is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Now that's important which way you put this around. Remember, a is the top of the triangle, so that goes on top of the fraction. So a is on top over 11 on the bottom. Okay, so remember, we're getting x on its own, so we need to do the inverse of cosing something. So we do the inverse cos. So x is the inverse cos minus 1, 4 over 11. So you're going to need your calculator for that. So you press shift, cos, and then 4 over 11 is equal. Let's go to one decimal place to get 68.7 degrees. Okay, good. Number 7, factorize. So we've got an expression here that we want to factorize. So we've got lots of different terms in it. So what we want to do is split it up for yourself. So what we're going to do, we're going to figure out the highest common factor of the numbers first. So highest common factor of 6 and 18 is going to give me 6. And the highest common factor of x squared and x, what we do here is take the lowest power out. So we've got an x squared there, we've got x to the power 1 in the second term, so we can take out the lowest one, which is x to the power 1, or just x. And again for the y's, we've got a y to the power 1 in the first term and a y to the power 3 in the second one, so we can take out the lowest power, which is y, x to the power 1. Okay, so what do I multiply 6 by to get 6? It's going to be 1, so I'm going to leave that out for the moment. What do I multiply x by to get x squared? It's going to be x. And our y's, we don't need to multiply any more y's, so it's just going to be x in the first one. And what do we multiply 6 by to get 18? It's going to be 3. What do we multiply x by to get x? We don't need another x, so we're good. We don't need any x's. How many y's do we need to times y to get y cubed? It's going to be y to the power 2. So x plus 3y squared in the brackets. Okay, next question. We've got a cuboid and we want to work out the total surface area. Okay, so we've got a height of 7, 11 on the base, and 11 depth also. So let's work out the front face first. The front face, which is 7 times 11. So 7 times by 11 is equal to 77. Okay, so that front face is the same as that back face there. That back face is the exact same as the front face. So what we're going to do, we're going to double that. So we'll get 154. Okay, let me clear that. Okay, so let's do the side ones next. So the two at the side, right? So we're going to have two identical ones at the side. So I'm talking this face here and this face here. Okay, so we've got 11 depth, 7 height, so it's going to be 7 times 11 again. It's 77. Remember, we've got two of them, so we're going to double that. So we've got 154 again. Good, and finally what we need to do is our top and bottom. Okay, so we're going to work out this face and that face. Okay, so this time we've got a 11 times by 11. So we get 1, 2, 1. And remember, we've got two faces, we're going to double it. So we've got 2, 4, 2. So the TSA is equal to, add them together. So we've got 0, 1, 15, got 550 centimeters squared. Okay, good. Right, next one. Okay, so it's a while since we've done this, so hopefully you had a good go at it. So we want to find the equation of a line that passes through the points 1, 8 and 3, 12. Okay, so first thing you need to do is recall what the general equation of a line is. Y is equal to mx plus c. So there's two important pieces of information here. So the two important pieces of information is that m, which is our gradient, and that c, which is our y-intercept. So if you can find those two pieces of information, we're going to be able to find, or we're going to be able to express that equation of a line. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is find the gradient, right? So the gradient. So the gradient is the change in y divided by the change in x. Okay, so algebraically that is y2 minus y1 change in y over this change in x, x2 minus x1. Okay, so what does that mean? So let's call that x1, y1. Let's call this one x2, y2. Okay, right, so y2 is 12. Take away y1, which is 8. All over x2, which is 3. Take away x1, which is 1. 12 take away 8, 4 over 3 take away 1 is 2, so we're left with a gradient of 2. Okay, good. Right, so we've got our gradient, our m is 2. So we've got y is equal to mx plus c, so 2x plus c. So now we need to figure out what our c is. Okay, so I'm just going to work on this side of the line, okay, give myself a little bit more space. So we've got y is equal to 2x plus c. So we need to figure out what c is. So what we're going to do, we're going to use one of our coordinate points, substitute in our xy value, and get a value for c. So I'm going to choose 0.18. You could use 312 as well, you will get the same answer, but I'm going to use this one. So that's my x, that's my y, okay. So y is 8 is equal to 2 times x, 2 times 1 plus c. 8 is equal to 2 times 1 is 2 plus c. So I need to get c on its own, remember, so I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides to get c is equal to 6. Okay, so now I've got my m, which is 2, and my c, which is 6, so that's the hard work done. So all we need to do now is write y is equal to mx plus c, 2x plus 6. So that's your final solution, final answer, okay? Good, okay, so for question number 10, so we want to find the arc length. So remember, arc length is a section, it's a fraction of the circumference of a circle, okay? With angle 150 and radius of 4. Right, okay, so we've got, let's have a quick sketch of this. So that's 150. We've got a radius of 4. And we are looking for their length, okay? Right, so remember the circumference of a circle is pi r square, or pi times diameter, sorry, pi times diameter. We're looking for a fraction of that. What fraction is it? It's 150 over 360 times pi. Now what's diameter in this case? The radius is 4, so the diameter is 8. Okay, so we can simplify that. So we could have 5 over 12 pi times 8. So that will give me 10 over 3 pi. So enter your calculator. So which would give you 10.47 to 2 decimal places. And our units centimeters. Talking length, so it's just centimeters. Okay, so give yourself a score. Any questions on anything that I've just done, you can email me. Any questions at all, okay? Thank you.